I'm not doing all of them. I'm not doing all these people. Okay, we'll base it off their lore, which means Tommy's S tier. Just because a lot of the stuff that Tommy's character has done has impacted the rest of the server. Like, honestly, where would the server be without Tommy? I kind of want to say S tier for Dream as well, in terms of... This is going off of lore. I don't want to rank them as person. That's kind of screwed up. Like, I know you don't like Dream, but, like, I mean, his character has also impacted everything. Where's Wilbur? Why is Fundy marked as Iskal? Where's Wilbur? Where's Wilbur? Oh, here it is. Wilbur... S tier as well. Callahan's just S tier, just because Callahan. I want to put Rambo A, just because he's still somewhat new. And a lot of the lore that has happened hasn't really, like, lore now. But I'm saying, like, a lot of the server lore that's got him to this place hasn't been centered around him.
Where would the
like previous lore?
Tommy probably a lot less blown up and chaotic.
Like, Rambo's definitely would be S tier. If, like, this... I'm saying, like, in terms of new. Like, Rambo definitely will be S tier as time goes on. I can't put everybody in S tier, chat, you realize. George is D because he never shows up. Let's be honest. I feel like Skeppy's also D because Skeppy's never on. Fundy's C because Fundy... Maybe B I'll put Fundy in. Fundy has the ability to be really good at lore, but he literally is the embodiment of a fox, where then he logs on and just causes chaos. Is this... Whose skin is this? Is this Carl? I can't tell from the... I think Carl's A. Carl's A. I don't want to place me yet. Okay, so Jay Schlatt heavily impacted the story, but he's not really, as of right now, relevant. So I honestly really want to put him almost in anywhere from S to B. But I'm thinking maybe A. Here, let's get a poll for that. I don't know, I'm really torn. Okay, B is winning. Tubbo, I want to put almost an S. The only reason why I'm between S and A for Tubbo is because I feel like Tubbo really does have the, like, the potential to be, like, an absolute, like, huge main character himself, but I feel like he usually falls in the role of being, like, the support best friend. I'm rating the character. You know what I'm saying? I want to say A for Tubbo. I absolutely love Tubbo, adore Tubbo. He's great at lore, but he definitely has the potential to be, like, a main character on his own rather than being, like, in a duo with, like, Tommy or Rambo. The only reason why I want to put Punk in D is because has Punk really been in a lot of the lore? Because we're talking about lore, chat. We're not talking about them as a person. Oh, yes, he was today. We'll put him in C then. It's the comeback. Maybe we'll redo this in, like, a few weeks or whatever. Alright, C. Whose skin is this? Hannah? I thought so, but I wasn't sure. Hannah, I want to put C as well, because Hannah is also starting to do lore, but it's the same as, like, Punk, where she's coming up in the, like, the lore in terms of, like, herself, so... Because this is all based off a lore character. Like, I don't want people being like, this is what she thinks of these people. Also, chat, you have to realize there's only so many people we can put in so many slots. I don't want to do myself. Techno S. Quackity S, because not only lore, but Quackity is phenomenal at making a bit out of anything. So Quackity is definitely an S. The only reason why Schlatt's in B is just because Schlatt hasn't been in the lore or really done anything recently. Okay, no offense, their Laser's D, just because Laser hasn't been on. I want to put Eret in B because Eret had a big role, but as of recently, hasn't been too much, so... I feel like Eret's almost the same as Schlatt right now in that aspect, whereas, like, if they come back and they boom... Pun C, just because of lore? Like, Puns comes in for, like, snippets of lore, but Puns doesn't do really any lore of himself. Actually, you know what? I want to move Carl to S tier, because Carl has the whole Tails, like, you know, the Tails thing going on. Sam is A. Purpled, I feel like C. I feel like Purpled's in the same bunch where, like, they're either starting to do lore, and once, like, C is really like, oh, they've either just started getting into lore, or they've done tidbits of lore, and then they'll do more. Is this Sapatus Napatus? Oh, it's so hard to play Sapnap, because Sapnap doesn't do any lore on his own. Sapnap just comes in for tidbits of lore. I almost want to put Sapnap B or C. I honestly kind of want to put Sapnap C, just because, like, that's the same thing as this whole role where it's like they've only done a little bit of lore, but they're starting to do lore. Sapnap's, like, a great character, but I'm saying, like, a lot of Sapnap's characters kind of based on someone else's character, if that makes sense. Like, he only... Like, Sapnap doesn't have lore on his own. Like, there'll never be, or there hasn't been a stream of just Sapnap lore. Like, there's been a stream where, like, Sapnap comes in and, like, does, like, a little bit thing off of someone else's lore. Nikki, I think this is Nikki's skin. This is an older skin. I want to put Nikki in A. Because Nikki's really been getting her... Oh, that's Pokey? Where's Nikki's skin? It's so hard! Everyone changes their skin! Oh. Wait, is this Nikki's skin? To be fair, I don't know why I chose that dark skin. To be fair, they look similar. I want to put Nikki in A. Because Nikki's really started to, like, really blossom with the lore. Bad, I'm gonna put in A. Although I'd love to put Bad in S, because I feel like Bad really... himself could be a main character. Like, Bat has such great ideas for lore and stuff, and really kind of, like, gets it all going. But he really could do his own thing on his own. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I guess S, because the egg lore, that's fair. But I really, like, I would love to see just Bad Boy Halo lore, like, on his own, like, of his own character. Jack Manifold for me is either A or B. Yeah, I feel like this is gonna be like one of those really split ones again. I need to do a poll for this. And remember, this is like their part and point in the lore. This is not them as a person. Foolish is B, because Foolish is really just starting to get into lore. And I think, honestly, kind of the same for Antfrost. Like, I want to see some Antfrost lore on his own. Oh, why is this so tied? Is this Vicstar? Vicstar's D. Just because he hasn't done any lore. Charlie is D as well, because Charlie hasn't really done any lore. Okay, wait, no. Okay, chat. This is, okay, no offense. When you look at who's in A, you have Tubbo and Rambo and Sam and Nikki. So I think, honestly, I'm probably gonna keep Jack and B, just because, like, in terms of lore, Tubbo and Rambo and the rest of them all do stuff constantly. Like, if you actually look at, like, what's in this section, then you realize. Because, like, I think B is the case here, honestly. Tubbo, no. Okay, so my explanation for Tubbo is Tubbo has been a huge part in the story. But I'd love to see lore of Tubbo by himself. A lot of Tubbo's lore is, like, him, like, supporting either, like, Tommy or Rambo. But I really wanted to see, like, Tubbo have an arc where it's just, like, himself. It's not to say that Tubbo himself is an S tier, but I'm saying I would love to just see that. He just had nukes. I guess so. Okay. Then Tubbo S. Then Tubbo S. Sure, then Tubbo S. I guess so. I kind of forgot about the nukes. Sam Nook S. The hell is this face? Yeah, I guess Tubbo S. Philza, I want to say A, because Philza had a huge part in the lore, but, like, less now. Oh, that's Corpse? Jeez. I kind of want to put Connor in D, just because Connor doesn't do lore. He does? He has some lore? Okay, C then. C. And now we're kind of getting to the point where we're like, okay, side characters. This is Mexican Dream, I believe. That's S. H-bomb. No, I just saw H-bomb. H-bomb B. I think B is fair. Some of you are even saying C. C. I'm seeing a lot of C. Chat, the only reason why Rambo's not an S is not because I'm saying Rambo's not an S tier or main character, but I'm saying, like, in terms of, like, all of these characters in S tier have already, like, throughout the entire of the existence of the Dream SMP, the, like, chain reaction of everything happening has been based off of them. Like, a lot of the events that has happened with Tommy has changed into the next event, and Dream, and Wilbur, and, like, they have caused to the point where we are now, whereas Rambo's still newer, and he's definitely S tier in the terms of lore, but I'm saying, like, in terms of, like, the backstory of the Dream SMP. Because you realize this is going off of just, like, lore. Ghostbur A. I think Ghostbur's up there with Filza. Well, I don't know who that is, but they're rocking up there then. They're rocking up there. Chat, I'm gonna let you decide where I'm gonna go because I'm gonna feel really, really weird deciding where I go. Also, don't feel like you have to lie just because you're in my stream. But I'm definitely... there's a poll now, chat, but I'm definitely not gonna be able to place myself. I'll have Rambo like float. I wish you could like do a floater between S and A. A is winning, which I could see because I do more lore than this group usually. And then, but like, met less of an impact than like this group, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. Like, this group doesn't really, like, they're starting lore, they don't do it too often as well, or like, whereas I have my whole origin story now.
Puffy, that's Francis you put in S tier, not Mexican Dream lol.
You know what? I like Francis there. Chat will vote on the poll. Vote on the poll. You're lower A tier? Yeah, I could see that. I wish that you could, like... Wait, oh. Oh, no, 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 no. How do we get rid of Here we go. Is there anybody else that we really, like, any main characters that we haven't done that I'm not seeing? Because, like, no offense, a lot of these are just, like, side characters that, like, showed up once. So these would honestly all be D. I'm gonna put DreamXD in B because he rarely shows up, and when he does, he's a dirty, dirty hacker. Oh, Schlatt. I guess I'll put, if Glatt's up here, do I put Glatt with Ghostbur, or do I put Glatt in B? I'm gonna put B. I'm gonna put Glatt in B.
So like speaking about laws, your theme song ATM as being part of the law, or is anybody have a map? From Dear Evan Hansen.
Yours seems like the most being part of the lore. Ooh. Ooh, anybody of a map. I like that. I like that. You still need to do Quackity? No, Quackity's up here. What do you mean? Quackity's S. Not even just because main lore, but because Quackity can be dropped into any situation and somehow turn it into funny lore or something. Mexican Dream is S. And I think, honestly, this is my final list. I wish you could honestly, like, have a floater. Like, I wish I could make another category between, like, A and... Dudrista.
Considering he used to have one of Tommy's discs, helped kickstart the egg plot, is the entire reason Bad became a villain, and is planning to do more lore in the future. I vote Skeppy for C tier.
Oh, I don't want to do Dudrista. That's literally Dream's sister. If I don't place it in A, I'm gonna look like an ass. Oh, I don't want to rank that. I don't want to rank that. I don't want to rank that. Carl's already up there. Is there anybody I haven't done? I don't want to do the... Oh yeah, where's Alyssa? Alyssa. I want to put Alyssa in C. And the reason why is just because Alyssa was like an OG member. Where she was there in the beginning where, oh, actually, I don't know. If I put Alyssa in C, I don't know if I could put George in D. You know, honestly, I'm gonna have to put Alyssa in D, just because, like, she was there in the beginning, but she's not on at all. Bundy's in B. Okay, George had his king arc, but did he really log on as king? Let's be honest. Listen, we all love Gagi, but I'm saying in terms of lore, like he doesn't log on, and when he is on for lore, he's doing something completely different. And then Skeppy logs on and goes AFK, and he only does like bits for other stuff for bad, well, like with bad, and doesn't affect the lore. Laser and Vic were lovely, but they didn't do anything affecting the lore, really. Charlie hasn't really done too much affecting the lore in general. And yeah, I think we're done. I think this is it. I think this is a list based on lore, everybody's part. I don't want to go into the other characters because, like, they either were here for like a snippet and then never again. So, but chat, Corpse was there for like a one-time thing. Considering he used one of Tommy's digs, helped start the egg plot, the entire time Bad became a villain, and he's planning to do more lore. I vote back. Skeppy for C tier. Okay, fine. I'll be nice. We'll do this. I put Skeppy and George in C tier then. That's fair.